Today we're going to look at a multiple regression model, and we're going to see what happens when variables are not significant within the model. So the situation is Hemlock Farms is a community located in the Pocono Mountains of eastern Pennsylvania. A local real estate firm is looking to develop a model to predict the asking price of a home. The firm has provided the following details on the houses recently listed in the area. So there are all of our comp houses, asking price, hot tub rooms, lakeview, bedrooms, bathrooms, loft, den, finished basement, and acres of property. So we're going to build a multiple regression model and figure out what is significant, making sure that all the variables are significant. So if we go here, we have our asking price in thousands of dollars. Hot tubs, ones and zeros, yes or no, so that's our binary dummy variable. The number of rooms, whether or not it has a lake view, the number of bathrooms, bedrooms, loft, finished basement, and acreage. And so right off the bat, there's nothing for us to clean up on the data. Everything is ready to go, so let's just go and run a regression analysis. Go into data analysis, we're looking for our regression solver. The dependent variable is going to be our asking price. So I'm just going to highlight the asking price. Our independent variables are basically everything else that we have here. These are all our independent variables. Want to make sure we click labels because we do have labels at the top here, and especially with this one, there are a lot of different variables, so we don't want to see variable 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to actually see those names. We're not going to worry about any of our other stuff here, but we are going to plot down the output range, and we want to drop it up here, and we're going to hit execute. And we'll just double click, we'll highlight all these columns, double click here to resize them all, and there we go. So let's start looking at things, and we go to our normal marker checks. The first one, R squared. So if I look at my R squared value, that tells me that 84.7% of the variability can be explained by these variables. Now we start looking down through here and we look at our p-values, and we have a red flag. We have number errors. Oh my gosh, what has gone on? Well, this number error is an indication of multicollinearity. So basically we have, more than likely, because there's outside shots that other errors might pop up, but this is really that multicollinearity. We have a variable that is a function of other variables. So let's go through and look at these. And sometimes we can look at it and go, wow, that one's kind of odd. That's a negative. It makes it worth less. Rooms are making it worth less. Oh, wait a second. We have bedrooms. We have bathrooms. We have loft. I mean, rooms are just a function of all this other stuff. So we've added something in the model basically twice, because rooms will be accounted for in both bedrooms and bathrooms. So we're going to have to take something out. And instead of taking out bathrooms and bedrooms, we're just going to take out rooms. So how do we handle this? We want to leave this here because we might want to go back and reference it anyway. So I'm going to make a copy of my data. I'll move it to the end, and then I'm going to rename that data minus R for rooms. And so it's just a duplicate. Goodbye room column. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rerun this regression without the rooms and see what happens. So data analysis, regression, okay. And actually some of the stuff is ready for us, but if we look at this one here, this only goes to H now. So instead of re-highlighting it, I'm just going to change I to H. And also with deleting, this is no longer in K, it's in J. So I'm just going to change this to J because I want it to just drop right over the data that I have and overwrite it. Hit OK. Yes, we know that we're going to overwrite the data that's here, hit OK, and boom. So now we have rerun the regression. Okay, once again, R squared looks pretty good, 84.7. And what do? We want to look at our p-values. And in fact, is there an error with any of those p-values? Let's get rid of that highlighting. So remember, we're looking at anything greater than 0.05. So we've got these and this one here. We'll highlight those. Those are all issues. So we have 3 different variables that are above 0.05. So what are we going to do? We just going to go and delete all 3 of those? We can, but that's not the best way of doing things, because once we remove one of the variables, the other variables may become significant. So what do we want to do? We want to remove the variable with the highest p-value. So the hot tub is definitely that offender. It is the highest p-value. We're going to take that one out. And then we'll see if the loft, the den, and the finished basement, we will see if they become significant. It's not guaranteed that they are, but you never know. So we're going to move it to the end. It didn't move, so I'm going to just right-click or left-click and drag it over. I'm going to rename this -R -HT, so we're removing the hot tub now. So I'm just going to go to the hot tub. I'm going to go delete, goodbye. So the hot tub's gone, and we're going to rerun our regression analysis. So I go, nope, not into solver. that's actually 690. We'll be playing with that in the next class. And so now, since I've removed a column, I'm down to G now here instead of H. So you can see it's highlighting that extra column. Let's just type in G to remove that without me having to reselect it. And now we're going to be in I2 instead of J2, so I'm just going to change it there. I mean, we can go and reselect it with the boxes, but I like being just quick and lazy. And we're going to hit OK, and we're going to rerun the analysis. So now that we have rooms without finished, we've removed rooms, removed hot tubs, we're going to go and we're going to look at our data here, and we can see that both the loft and the finished basement are still an issue. So why didn't I just remove all of them? Like I said, when we remove one, it might make the other one significant. So if we go here and look, we can see that the values have changed. So the finished basement value in this one is 0.529. Over here it's 0.469. So it has been getting more significant. Not a lot more significant, but it has been getting more significant. Along with our loft and den, it went from 1719 to 1705. And even the other ones changed, but they're still within the significance level, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to end the video here. The next video, we're going to take out the next highest one, which is going to be the finished basement, and then we're going to run it again.